Fashioning the body. The claim that the body ever fell out of focus in this business seems to contradict the very raison d'etre of clothes, yet conceptual storytelling and marketability have often trumped corporeal considerations in many contemporary collections showcased on international runways. However, recent seasons have been full of designers investigating how clothes interact with and connote the body. A decade-long obsession with oversized everything has given way to second skin-like styles, see-through garbs, extreme corsetry, and even a crotch pocket or two. The execution feels crisp and distinctly current. Instead of falling back on stale male gaze via tropes of sexual appeal, designers are approaching the cutting table with humor and subversion. Bear it all. Fashion showgoers are overexposed to flesh, especially in the West. Nobody bats an eye at an exposed nipple on the runway, but naked dressing is a delicate dance of conceal and reveal that strives to offer something beyond mere titillation. And naked dressing continues on this trajectory, from having emerged in 2023 as a reference to certain stars' sheer red carpet dresses to becoming a full-blown trend coming into 2024. Spring-summer 2024 runways witnessed naked dressing in myriad iterations, from Alaya's translucent latex skirts with visible thongs underneath to Adiam's gauzy corset tops worn with spotty knits and fingerless gloves. The range of designers tapping into naked dressing is very wide, resulting in spins on the trend that span from Parisian chic to athleisure-oriented. Weather-appropriate dressing played second fiddle to this glorification of the female form even for fall-winter 2024. Front and center was Saint Laurent, where each look was crafted only from hosiery fabric, draped into bandeau and halter-neck tops and pencil skirts that left zilch to imagination. This was inspired by Monsieur Saint Laurent's sheer bishop sleeve blouse, which debuted in 1966 to much chagrin among polite society. However, for a trend that partly springs from a move towards body positivity in fashion, Saint Laurent's exclusive casting of only skinny bodies left much to be desired. Designers like Esther Manas did much better on this front by putting a varied range of bodies in her beautifully cascading ruched creations. The thing with naked dressing is that the body wearing it automatically becomes an extension of the garment. It is not so much a canvas as it is a part of the design itself. Think about it placed on a dress form, a naked dress will hardly deliver the same visual impact. This makes it imperative to assess which bodies naked dresses are seen on, and which bodies are deemed worthy of being showcased to the world. And if the physicality of womanhood is what's really on offer here, a naked dress is actually more like a nude dress. The artfulness of the execution elevates it from naked to nude. Nudity isn't necessarily sexual. In fact, the ways in which designers have interpreted naked dressing for this season and the next blatantly normalizes visible nipples, thighs, and buttocks. Freed from the confines of opacity, these body parts are on glorious display and stripped of the sexual overtones they usually carry. Dilara Findicolu's Femme Vortex collection brought this idea to a crescendo via deconstructed corporate suiting combined with sheer boned bodices and BDSM-inspired accessories. In doing so, the London-based fashion darling articulated the power of the divine feminine in a parallel world free from toxic masculinity. Feeling myself. On the other hand, some designers did have sex, specifically self-pleasure, on their minds. Following the dramatic rise and fall of the floor to a soundtrack of heavy breathing, Courageous introduced the world to cheeky pockets that allude to masturbation. Placed right at the crotch, these pockets appeared on everything, from trench coats and tailored dresses to flared pants and slit skirts. Creative director Nicolas De Felice shared in the show notes that the collection was about a search for connection and touch in a world filled with strife. But whose touch? In this context, it's always the wearer's own. Something needlessly profound can be said here about the isolation we feel despite being more digitally connected with each other than ever, and the emotional burden of constantly having to meet your own needs, both sexual and emotional, single-handedly. Di Pezza did something similar. The triangular pockets sewn onto the front of pants were overtly ionic. Styled with two mandatory fingers tucked inside, the pockets represent a kind of light-hearted sexual empowerment. Notably, the brand has forged a cult following among A-listers thanks largely to its wet look dresses, which give the illusion of drenched fabric molded upon the body. Her crotch pocket pants seem to be building upon this exploration of the many associations that cloth carries when placed upon a woman's body. By transposing the site of pleasure to an external outfit, this design element both conceals and calls attention to the body. Wearing the vulva like a costume without feeling the pressure to sexually engage is the most perhaps Gen Z thing ever. This performance of sexuality, in contrast to the actual practice of it, reflects our changing attitudes towards sex and pleasure. Trompe l'œil tricks. Blurring the lines between skin and clothing, Andredama's Fall-Winter 2024 collection was a curious exploration of anatomy predicated on a different kind of nakedness. Andrea Adamo utilized an innovative new scuba fabric in matching skin tones to mimic every curve and every muscle with surgical precision, resulting in lusciously embodied jackets and mini dresses. These sculpted pieces, hyper-realistic in their texture and look, became one with the wearer. The literal second skin revealed the terrain of the body without actually revealing all of the body. Of course, the fabric doesn't have moles, freckles, stretch marks, or any of the other signs of a lived-in human body, thus serving as a kind of analog retouching technique that leaves you wondering where skin ends and cloth begins. The body and bodily fluids are also being recontextualized as commentary on capitalism. Case in point, Jordan Lucas pea-stained jeans that have rapidly gone viral and left people baffled. This ludicrous design from the menswear label's Fall-Winter 2023 collection is dyed darker around the crotch area, giving the impression that the wearer wet themselves. Understandably, netizens are asking why anyone would wear something like that. While there's a playful sexiness to crotch pockets, there's nothing remotely sexy about urinary incontinence. In the words of the designers, this is their interpretation of the fetishized capitalist state, so consumed is the consumer with consumption that they can't slow down, not even for a bathroom break. Whether or not the derision in this concept translates for IRL audiences is up for debate. It's hard to look past the gimmickiness of it to truly focus on the intended message. However, one thing is clear, or sheer, in this case, designers are leveraging textile technology and evolving mindsets to craft truly novel ways of showcasing and relating to the body, and they're damn serious while they're at it.